Hello.
Hey, Mario.
Hi, Alan.
Kenny, when are you up so late?
What'd you say?
Okay. He's turning on his computer. Alan, you didn't find the shaver yet?
Son,
You didn't find your shaver yet?
tonight's the night.
Oh, tonight's the night.
Shloshes Yemei Agbola.
Hmm?
I can always count on you to borrow, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my pleasure. I have a grass cutter. You need a lawnmower.
I got so many around the house. I got here.
But I suppose you have to use first
I got a trimmer first.
a trimmer. Yeah,
I'll take it off with a trimmer, then I'll use the shaver.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. When the Goyim asked me, I tell him I lost a bet.
Oh.
No.
Hmm? Then he has to have his watch fixed. He told me 30 seconds. Hello. Wow, all dressed up. Huh?
Well, I just came from a dinner. Okay. Pei Vav Amid Aleph. Truma Lakoinu Meiser Rishon Levi Div Rab Meir. According to Rab Meir, you give Truma to a Kohen and Meiser to a Levi. But Rav Elazar ben Azariah matir l'kohen says you can give meiser to a kohen as well, because he's from the tribe of Levi. Matiro mechlal dika mandosar. There must be a mandomer who argues and says it's also to give your meiser to a kohen. Is that what you mean? It means you can give it to a kohen as well. Now, my time at Reb Meir, who Dafka wants you to give truma to a kohen and meiser to a Levi. Amar Rabbi Mishmei Gemara ki et masar bnei Israel asher yarimu Hashem truma. Ma truma asur lezarim, just like truma cannot be eaten by non-kohanim. Af meiser rishon asur lezarim. A Yisrael can't eat meiser rishon according to Reb Meir. Why don't you go all the way and say, just like if non-Kohen eats truma, he gets misa b'dei shemayim, he has to pay a chomesh. Maybe if a Yisrael eats meiser chayvin al misa v'chomesh. Amar kra, it says by truma, umesu vo ki echaluhu v'yasav chamish Yisrael alav. Bo, truma, v'lo meiser, all of v'lo meiser. Now, the Rabbanon, who they argue and say you can give meiser to that means a Yisrael can eat meiser. They learn ma truma toiveles of meiser rishon nami toivel. They learn that pasuk teaches us that just like if you didn't give truma, the grain is tevel, you can't eat it. The same thing, if you haven't given the meiser rishon to the Levi, the produce is tevel as well. Maybe produce would be tevel if you didn't give any gift. But maybe maybe you only gave truma or meiser rishon v'lo meiser shein v'filo meiser oni minayin, that you got to give all of it. You're not allowed to eat at your gates. The gate over there is talking about the meiser ani. That means you have to be able to give meiser ani in order for you to eat. And if you didn't give it, you wouldn't be able to eat. Now, I might think that with tevel, if you didn't give stuff, it would only be a lav, but not misa kamash malon, that if you eat tevel and nothing has been given, you get misa from it as well. There's no chiyuv misa according to the Rambam, you get malchus.
Is there any punishment for meiser ani?
Yerushalmi says that if you gave all the trumas but you didn't give meiser ani, you get malchus but not misa. But the Yerushalmi says you get misa. It's machlokes Bavli and Yerushalmi. What were you asking, Elazar?
Yeah, no, I asked you, what's the punishment for not giving meiser ani?
No, it's not. If you eat the tevel,
If you eat
if you eat produce where you gave truma, meiser rishon,
yeah,
meiser ani, you get malchus, or according to Yerushalmi, you get misa.
b'dei shemayim, yeah.
B'dei shemayim.
Okay.
Lishlach b'dei meiser rishon to tov with Rabbi Yossi nafka. That the fact that the lack of giving meiser rishon makes the produce tevel, we learn it from Rabbi Yossi. So misa low. I might think that maybe there's no misa. Kamash plan that there is misa. According to those who hold there's misa. We don't paskin that there's misa. So the Mayu Kimta, how is our Mishnah set up, Krav Meir? So Amos Seifa. Bas Levi, who normally eats meiser. So once she's mu'uresas lekohen, she has kiddushin to a kohen, she stops eating. Ubas kohen leLevi, a bas kohen who normally eats truma, gets married to a Levi, loy soichal lo betruma v'loy b'meiser. I don't understand, says the Gemara. I mean, Why? These are from the tribe of Levi. So she should be able to eat meiser. She eats meiser, but rather that when she's an arusa only, she can't tell a shaliach to give truma. Right? They have to give trumas meiser from the meiser to a kohen. Now, a wife, when she's fully married, can make a shaliach to do it in order to be machshir the tevel. But since this wife is only kiddushin, she has no zchus to make a shaliach. Michlal de nesua noisenes rishus. Well, from here it looks that if she's married, she can make a shaliach. Or says in, yes. Vatanya. And there's a baraisa to support that. V'achaltem oso b'chol mokom atem uveschem. Limed al nesua bas Yisrael, that if a bas Yisrael is married to a Levi, she can give trumas meiser. She can appoint the shaliach to give trumas meiser from that meiser. Atam rishus litrom oener el lechol. Maybe it's only to eat, not to give trumas meiser. Amrit truma chamura oicheles. If a Yisraelis who marries a kohen can eat truma meiser akaloi kol shekein, certainly when she marries a Levi, it's the kavachoyma that she can eat meiser. El limud on the subat Yisrael should not sense rishus litrom. The limud is more that she can appoint the shaliach to give trumas meiser. Mar brei Ravna Omer loymar shein chokin lo meiser beves agronis. Another din that if she shows up as a mu'ureses to the granary, they don't give her meiser. See why? So according to the Mandam, it says, well, we don't do it because we don't want a man to be miyachid with this woman who comes to the granary. El Mandam mishum grusha. Now, according to the one who holds that maybe he will divorce her, and then the people at the granary are not going to know, and they're going to continue giving her meiser. So grusha bas Levi miloach b'meiser. A bas Levi who eats meiser in her father's house, and she gets divorced from a Yisrael. She has her own schus to eat. We don't make a gzeira because she's a grusha. So why should it make a difference if she's got the erison to the kohen? I mean, a bas kohen who was eating truma in her father's house and gets divorced from her Yisrael husband. She also goes back and eats truma. El gzer mishum grusha bas Yisrael. The gzeira of a kohen is a grusha because of a gzer bas Yisrael. Because a bas Yisrael who's divorced from the kohen can't eat truma. So they were goyzer even by Nashas Levi that shouldn't get from the granary. So it has nothing to do with kiddushin. Even when they're married, there's a gzeira. The Tanaresha Muresas, Tanami Sefer Muresas. And a Chanami, it's Nasuin as well. But since the Resha was talking Muresas, the Sefer also talks only with kiddushin. Ton Rabbanon. Truma L'Koyin, Umay Sarishon L'Levi, Div Rabbi Kiva. Dafka means truma is given to a kohen, masrish is given to a Levi, according to Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Yezer ben Azariah Oimer, l'kohen. That it sounds like he's saying truma and meiser goes to the kohen. Freitikmor l'kohen v'lo Levi. So ema af l'kohen. It means you can give. He holds you can give meiser to a kohen as well. Now Rabbi Kiva says no. The my time in Rabbi Kiva, the pasuk is deal with Leviim. However, Idich Rabbi Shimon Levi, Rabbi Shimon Levi, be'esrim v'arba makoimos, nikru kohanim Leviim. 24 places in Tanakh, kohanim were called Leviim. V'zeh echad me'am v'kohanim al Leviim b'nei tzadok. We just learned it the mafter for Parshas Emor. What does Rabbi Kiva say to that? Rabbi Kiva, hachaloi matzis amris, dichsiv v'achaltem oso b'chol makom. This meiser is given to somebody who can eat it anywhere. Mishi yachal achal b'chol makom, yatsa kohen shen yachal achal v'esak kvaros. A kohen can't go into a cemetery and eat it there, so it must be referring only to a Levi. What is the other opinion of Yidich? Kol heicha the boy, the loy boy chayim. It means the Levi can eat the meiser rishon anywhere. It doesn't require, for example, eating it within the walls of Yerushalayim. Also, a Levi who is tameh b'tumas haguf and eats meiser doesn't get malchus. Elazar ben Azariah was a kohen, used to take meiser rishon from this garden because he held meiser could be given to a kohen as well. Also, Rabbi Kiva Rabbi Kiva sort of arranged the garden so that it opened up into a Beis HaKvaros that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah couldn't go in there. Omar Akiva b'tarmi levana chayai. I understand. What am I going to live on if I can't have meiser? Now we know Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah was a very wealthy man, but he wanted to point out that Rabbi Akiva was doing some kind of action that prevented it from getting something that rightfully he felt belonged to him. Itmar. Now, today, Bizman Hazeh, Ezra made a knas that they should only give the meiser rishon to Kohanim because the Levian didn't make aliyah. So you can give it. So the Kesef Mishnah says later on, people gave it either to a Levi or to a Kohen. So the question is, why was there a knas against the Levian? Pligi Rabbi Yonasan v'Savia Chadam Shaloi Olu b'mei Ezra. Ezra said all the Jews should go up to Eretz Yisrael. Levian didn't go, so he knased them. We wanted to provide Kohanim with a food stuff that they could eat when they're tummy. They can't eat truma, they can't eat kachim, but they can eat meiser. So understand, they didn't make aliyah, so there's a knas against them. So you want to make it easier for Kohanim to be able to eat food when they're tummy. Well, because we're going to do something for Kohanim, we make the Leviim suffer. Mishum Kohanim kansil Leviim. Everybody holds that the knas was because they didn't make aliyah at the time of Ezra. Mar sover konsulaniyim. That you're supposed to give this meiser to poor people. Kohanim, when they can't eat truma and kachim because they're tummy, they're considered like aniyim, so they fit as well. So I understand if the knas was to give the meiser to poor people. We understand now where Rabbi Kiva closed off the gate or the garden of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah because he wanted to make sure that the Aniyim were getting their share. So then what did if the whole purpose is to give meiser to Kohanim so they have food when they're tummy? Elazar ben Azariah was a Kohen. Why did Rabbi Kiva make it hard for Rabbi Elazar to get the meiser? So Hachi Kamerle. So if you hold that this is a knas for you guys, islach, then you have it. The ikos is b'toras chaluka, but if you think that you can get it as a chaluka, minatora leslach, then you don't have. Now, how do we know minolan de lo sliku b'mei Ezra? How do we know that the Levium didn't go up to Eretz Yisrael in the time of Ezra? D'chsiv vek b'tzeimel anar habo alavo the nachanesh sham yamim shlosha. He says when he went to the camp, he didn't find any Kohanim or Leviim. The policemen were always from the tribe of Levi. Shenamar, v'shotrim alvim lifnechem. Achshav ein ma'amidim shotim elam Yisrael. Shenamar v'shotrim harbe harabim b'roshechem. That it's the majority, which is Klal Yisrael. Okay, I'm going to stop because this starts a new Mishnah. And tomorrow,
Oh, yeah.
Zvika's not giving a shiur, so we can learn at 8 o'clock.
Great.
Okay?
Okay.
8 o'clock. Spread the word.
All right. Laila Tov, everyone.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.